So yesterday on Jasmine's story, she came out with this post. Now, this post in particular definitely led a lot of people believing that when she says new beginnings, and only really and truly, she only mentions her daughter's name, obviously, which is Matilda, but she's obviously done it Tiddly here, as well as Coco and I. Coco is her dog. Or it is, yeah, Coco's a dog. So obviously, because this does not mention Matt in any shape or form, this is the assumption that maybe her and Matt have decided to go separate ways. And also on top of that, given the state of the room, it looks like as if she may have either just been packing or she has started to unpack. So this is the assumption obviously that was created yesterday when it came to this post that was made by Jasmine. But we move on now where she's now made a new post. Okay, and in this post in particular, she pretty much tells us a story regarding, of course, what this is all about, which is something that I'm going to play in a second. But I will say this: the voiceover in this is something else.
I don't talk about this, not really. Before Matt, before this house, before my daughter, I became homeless in a foreign country, and that kind of fear, it really never left you. You don't just move on from wondering where you're gonna sleep or how you'll keep yourself safe when the world around you feels like it could swallow you whole. When I finally had a place again, I told myself I'd never be without. I started keeping things, clothes, boxes, little pieces of my life, even if I didn't need them. At first, it felt harmless until one day I realized my bedroom had turned into something else entirely. It's overwhelming now. Things stacked, stuck away, piling corners. I can't let go because somewhere deep down I'm scared that if I do, I'll lose everything again. I don't let Matt enter my room. I just can't. I make excuses. I say I'm just busy or that it's messy from laundry. But the truth is, I'm embarrassed. This room feels like a scar I can't cover up. I stand in the middle sometimes and just stare. I tell myself I should start sorting, but my hands don't move. My chest gets tight, my mind goes back to cold nights, strange streets, the feeling of my whole life fitting into one small bag, and I think maybe if I keep everything now, I'll never feel this emptiness again. I know it's not healthy. I know I'm stuck. But when you live through losing everything, you hold on to everything, and I just don't know how to stop.
So here's the thing. Obviously, you heard her speak, and like I said before, the voiceover is rather interesting. Yeah. Obviously, Jasmine is trying to, sound as sad as possible because she wants people to serve her. She's definitely, looking for that empathy. Obviously, as people watch it, so therefore they can give her that sympathy, right? Now, listen, there's a chance that everything that she's saying here is 1000% true, but then there's a chance that all of this is just a coincidence. Why do I say a coincidence? Well, let's just say this. Before the most recent episode aired of Jasmine being physical with Natalie, she made a post, and in that post was regarding exactly what was regarding what was going to be upcoming in that episode. Now, I did make a video about it. If you haven't seen it, please do check it out so you know what post that I'm referencing to. But here's the thing. Now, after, of course, that episode came out and all the backlash that Jasmine has been receiving regarding her being violent towards Natalie, the same way she was violent towards Rob at the tail while she was pregnant at the time as well. Some people do wonder if she was actually at the beginning of her pregnancy here when she decided to get physical with Natalie. But nonetheless, though, I do believe that she has created this, in my humble opinion, to simply take away direction away from the fact that she just got physical and people are giving her backlash for that. I believe that she's made this post as a way to pretty much deflect away from it so people can now focus on this little sad alleged story about her obviously being homeless after Gina kicked her out, and also the mental aspect of how that's affected her. Now, before I continue, let me read exactly what she says in the description. So she says, sometimes the heaviest things we carry aren't visible. After experiencing homelessness, I learned how easy to hold on to pain, fear memories, and even things. I'm sharing this in the hope that opening up will help me cope with hoarding and maybe remind someone else that it's okay to let go and to start to heal. I'm truly sorry for all the people who know me and knowing this is going to make them feel disappointed about me. Now, here's the thing, and this is my issue with this. First and foremost, Jasmine was never homeless. Let's just call it what it is. Jasmine literally got kicked out of Gina's apartment or home, whatever. And as soon as that happened, where did she go? Matt. She did not spend a day or two or three or four outside on the streets, roaming the streets of Michigan, trying to look for shelter. That didn't happen. Matt picked her up, first and foremost. Now, don't get me wrong. Of course, while staying with Matt, she didn't exactly have a place to call home, which maybe you can flip and say that is a definition of homeless. But the way she's trying to really go about it, she's trying to make it sound as if like she was like homeless, when in reality, she literally had a bed to sleep in. And not only did she have a bed to sleep in, she also had some wood to ride that same evening probably as well. You know what I'm saying? Otherwise, how the hell did you end up getting pregnant? So this homeless act needs to stop. Let's just call it what it is. Come on now, folks. Now, also on top of that, when it comes to her talking about, I learned how easy it is to hold on to pain, fear, memories. Listen, of course, these things can happen to us based on any experiences that we go through. So I'm not going to say that's not true. That probably has a lot of truth behind it. Now, of course, when she talks about I'm sharing this in the hope that opening up can help me cope with hoarding, to be honest with you, I don't know if I really buy that personally, because it's easy for someone to make their room messy as hell and then press film. Okay, because for as long as we've seen Jasmine on TV, this woman has been very, very tidy. In fact, when she moved into Gino's place, she was very critical of his designs, very critical of the way the house was kept. I mean, I even remember her wanting a whole new toilet when she first moved into Gino's, if I remember correctly. Now, don't get me wrong, if your mental health is obviously in a bad place, yes, you can end up being very messy. Yes, your place can definitely look like as if you're hoarding. That is definitely a thing that is linked to mental health. But do I really believe that this woman's mental health is currently in a poor state? Now, remember, the reason why I say currently is because this post isn't based on when she got kicked out. This post is based on since she got kicked out till now. Now, since then till now, what has Jasmine gone on and done with her life? She's gone on and had a freaking child. And also on top of that, she's also had a stable house to live in. Obviously, that being Matt's house, okay? The same house that she was obviously able to get pregnant in. And obviously now her and her child and the father live in. Do you see what I'm saying? So do I really think that she's in this stage where she's still feeling this mental health situation due to what Gino did to her and kicking her out like probably about a year, 2 years ago on or whatever now? Listen, it's always a possibility. Trauma is a big thing. Trauma is a serious thing. Mental health is something that can hit us at any given time. Even when we recover from it, it can always attack us at any given time. Trust me, I know about it. So I'm not going to try and downplay the aspect of mental health, and I'm not going to downplay the fact that she has got mental health issues. But my point is, am I here to really believe that this woman has made this post because this is what she's still going through based on what Jen did a long time ago, yet she was in the mental place to have a child, in the mental place when the mental place to get pregnant, in the mental place to keep the child, in the mental place to deliver the child, and now in the mental place to obviously look after her child. And also in a minute place to keep showing off her and Matt's life on social media, saying, look at us guys, we're in Florida on the beach right now, or look at us with our baby, you know what I mean? All that kind of stuff. Now, I'm not saying that these things, I'm not saying you cannot get through these things when you are mentally mentally unavailable or you're mentally in a negative place. I'm not saying it's not, you can't do these things. You can, because one of the easiest things to do in this world is to pretend and to look like you're okay when in reality you may not be. It's harder to show that you're not okay than it is to show that you are okay, right? So again, I'm not downplaying these possibilities. That's why I have to obviously cover every single aspect of what I'm saying here. But the fact is though, for me personally, I just think that Jasmine has used this opportunity of addressing mental health, addressing being homeless, addressing her pain, and everything else that she's addressed here. I see it as a way she is basically trying to get people to talk about this rather than talk about the fact that she was just physical again on another 90 Day Fiancé episode. Okay? It's that simple. And let's be real. Do we really believe, or do I really believe, that Jasmine is really going to be having new beginnings with just herself, her child, and her dog? Nah, I don't believe that. I reckon Jasmine is somebody that has to have someone around her at all the times. This is why, of course, when she obviously, that's why when the things happen with Gino, she obviously had that Matt available, blah, blah, blah. So I don't really believe that Jasmine is somebody can really be alone for a long period of time personally. So in reality, I still think that she's probably still stringing Matt along, telling him that they're best friends or all that kind of mumbo jumbo, and she'll be with him at some point, blah, 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 blah. You know what I mean? But nonetheless, though, let's not forget, though, Jasmine is very good at marketing. Don't forget that, too. Very, very good at marketing. Very, very good when it comes to a social media account. Very, very good at swaying people into the wrong direction as well. Something that she has done over time in other areas. Even when she was pregnant at the time, she definitely made sure nobody knew for a very long time until it got leaked that she was pregnant. But even then, she made sure that people didn't actually believe that it was true until we finally saw it at the tail. So we know that she's very good at sending people in the wrong direction. Misdirection is something that she's very talented at. So for me personally, based on who she is, I think personally all of this right here is most likely her deflecting or her trying to get us away from her backlash of her being such a violent person. Either way, though, if I was her, I would have made a post talking about I have anger issues and I need to go and get help because I cannot continue attacking people just because I don't like what they look like or what they say or what they smell or whatever the hell that put in a position to want to attack another person again. But nonetheless, though, let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section. I do strongly believe that TLC do protect abusers, though, purely because we have seen Angela get away with for years. We've seen them bring Big Ed back so many times. We've seen her bring Jasmine back, despite the fact that she attacked Robert, obviously while pregnant. And also on top of that, there's been other cast members from other shows like Welcome to Platteville who have also complained about TLC, covering up abuse. We've heard it, I'm pretty sure, with Sister Wives. So for me personally, something's not making sense when it comes to TLC. But hey, let me know your thoughts down below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and of course, peace.